Today's Toolbox Safety Talk is talking about confined space safety. A confined space has hidden present dangers that can result in serious injuries or fatalities if proper precautions are not followed. Workers often underestimate the risk because many confined spaces may appear routine or harmless. This talk aims to raise awareness, reinforce procedures, and ensure everyone understands the responsibilities involved in confined space entry. With that being said, has anyone worked in a confined space before? And if you have, what was it like? A confined space meets all three of the following criteria. It's large enough to enter, it has limited entry and exit, and it's not meant for continuous occupancy. If it's large enough to enter, a person can normally enter the space and perform work. If it has limited entry, it means there's usually only one way in and one way out. Or there's a narrow opening. Maybe you need to use a ladder, or there's a hatch in the way to enter the space. Common examples of confined spaces are storage tanks, sewers and manholes, boilers, tunnels, pits and crawl spaces, ductwork, or even pipelines. Just because a space seems open doesn't mean it is safe. If it fits the definition, it's a confined space, even outdoors. Why are confined spaces dangerous? A confined space can hide deadly hazards. Many of these are invisible and may develop quickly without warning. Common hazards are low oxygen can lead to dizziness, toxic gases such as hydrogen sulfide or carbon monoxide, which can be odorless and lethal, flammable gases or vapors causes risk of fire or even explosion. Engulfment means loose materials like grain, sand, dirt can trap or smother workers. Physical hazards like moving parts, electrical, mechanical risks, or heat exposure. Also, there's restricted movement inside confined spaces. It means it's difficult to escape or reposition in an emergency. A real example of this is workers entering a tank to perform cleaning passed out due to low oxygen levels. Multiple co-workers attempted to rescue without gear, and they all died. This is why training, gas testing, and rescue plans are critical. Permanent required confined spaces are confined spaces that have known or potential hazards and are classified as permanent required confined spaces, or PRCS. OSHA requires a written permit system for these. The entry permit includes identification of the space, the date and time of entry, hazards present, results of air testing, name of the people entering, the attendants, and the supervisors. PPE and equipment to be used, a rescue and communication procedure, and authorization signature. Never enter a PRCS without a valid, approved permit. Before entering, some safety procedures must be in place. Atmospheric testing. Use a calibrated gas detector to check for oxygen levels, toxic gases, and flammable vapors. Test multiple levels, top, middle, and bottom. Ventilation. Use blowers or fans to introduce fresh air. Let those run for a little bit before entry. Use lockout tagout. De-energize and isolate any mechanical, electrical, or pressurized systems connected to the space. Use PPE, hard hats and gloves, harnesses, respiratory protection, and gas monitors may be required. Entrant and attendant roles. Assign trained workers for entry and monitoring. Use communication. Maintain constant radio or visual contact. And use rescue equipment. A tripod and a winch, retrieval lines, and trained rescue team must be ready. Never enter without full training and a valid permit. Rely on your senses to detect gas. Assume I'll only be in there for a minute, so it'll be okay. Never makes it safe. Enter to rescue someone without proper PPE and backup. The role of the attendant is to be responsible for safety outside the space. You must stay at the entry point at all times, maintain constant communication with the person inside, monitor environmental conditions, call for emergency services if something does go wrong, and never enter the space under any circumstances. The attendant is the first line of defense. Don't take this role lightly. So let's summarize. Confined spaces contain deadly hazards, always follow proper permanent testing procedures, training, supervision, PPE, and rescue readiness are non-negotiable, and never enter or work in a confined space unless you're authorized, trained, and equipped. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions or concerns about our confined space safety entry process? If you could please sign and date, that'd be great. Thank you.